Okay, well, Vicky said we were ready. We are kind of spread out all weird, but I'm just going to sing and I hope that you guys sing as well. Does everybody have a book? Does everybody have a book that needs a book? Okay, because there's some extras on the chairs up here. We are only going to sing 3 songs today. So as you'll turn to number 6, we're going to sing. The reason we're only singing 3 songs is because you'll notice number 6, Amazing Grace, has all 4 verses in it, and we're going to sing all 4 verses, which takes up as much time as 2 songs. So we're going to sing all 4 verses of Amazing Grace. Oh, I need my pick. Hang on, my bad. As you're turning to number 52, He Gives Me Beauty for Ashes, I'm going to tell you a little story, okay? So, y'all hear me talk about music all the time and how music affects me. Well, there are other things in life other than music. I know it's crazy, but there are. So, not yesterday, but last weekend, my son and his girlfriend came to my house. They had planned a project with me. Jason says, "Ma, I want to make this thing. I want to sew a corn bag." Do you know what a corn bag is?
I've got one.
So it's just a piece of fabric made into whatever shape you want, and you fill it with something that won't get weird in the microwave. So rice, or in this case, feed corn. And so he wanted to make this thing to put in his lunchbox. And I was like, okay, I'm down. So my son and his girlfriend, they picked out fabric that they liked, and they came over to the house, and I got out my sewing machine. And I'm not a very good sewer, y'all, but I smiled the whole time. And my son's girlfriend told my son, she said, "I think your mom's having a better time than we are." And she was right. Because as we were doing that, as I, who am not a very adept sewer, was teaching my son how to use a sewing machine and his girlfriend, it made me think of all of the people in my life that have taught me things like that. My grandma sewed my dresses when I was a little girl. My mother made pajama pants and prom dresses. My mother, did y'all know she made 3 prom dresses? She's amazing. And so I can sew in a straight line maybe. And so here I was doing this thing with my son and his girlfriend, and I was thinking about my grandma and my mom, and here I was doing this thing. And I also thought about somebody else who taught me a lot about sewing, Paula Kopic. So for Christmas, I had this harebrained idea several years ago to make stuff. But I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't know about sewing, so I called Paula Kopic, who knows how to sew. And she said, "Oh, honey, I'll just meet you in the church basement." So right there at one of those tables, we came together and spent the whole afternoon sewing and laughing and just learning and sharing life. So when my son was at my house, I was taking pictures of this whole process. I sent them to my mom. I sent them to Paula. I called Paula, and I was so excited. I just wanted to share this with you. And how does that circle back to church, right? What does that mean about anything? To me, that is a way of building community. It's a way of continuing faithfulness to show people and to thank people that have been involved in your life, to let them know, hey, you taught me this thing and here I am passing it on to the next generation. And that is not just with hobbies and music, but that's also with faith and faithfulness and coming to church and caring about others and loving others. People learn that from their communities. And I was just so excited about that. So when I was talking to Paula on the phone, I hope she doesn't mind my sharing this with you, that she requested a couple of songs. So the last two songs that we're doing are for Paula Kopic. We're going to do number 52, Beauty for Ashes. Number 93. Paula, forgive me, honey. I'm going to say what you said, okay? Just roll with me. So Paula said, can we do Jehovah Jireh the next time you lead Sunday school? Because she remembers, she always thinks about this as being like a song where ladies would have on their robes and have like little castanets and just be very touchy-feely and just really feeling this. And so in your brains today for me, can you pretend that we all have like these gossamer gowns and we're dancing and clicking our castanets and we're singing Jehovah Jireh, my provider, his grace is sufficient for me. Amen?
Amen.